Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Holland here again. I'm going to do a real quick instructional video for you on how to pull up a student's general information and be able to look at like their schedule, discipline issues, attendance records, transcripts, all kinds of information that's very pertinent to the learning process. When we talk about Lexile scores, I know a lot of the information we would get straight up from the SLDS, not the LDC, for those of you rappers extraordinaires out there. One of the things I want to make note of that I always try to is this is the digital playground of Infinite Campus. This website was provided to us back in May to kind of mess around with. We can manipulate data and things like that. And the good news is, as mentioned in plenty of my previous videos, is this isn't a FERPA violation because any student that shows up on this particular setup is not real. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, obviously I am not Melissa Wolcott. I am Iron Man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Batman. But back to case in point, when you have a student you want to look up, there's several ways you can do this, but the easiest way to do it is, number one, do you know their last name? Number two, do you maybe know a portion of their last name? Okay, so as long as you get the spelling right, you can do a search for their last name right here, right now. There is no other place I would rather be, right? So you're going to type in Smith, and I just did Smith mainly because I knew there was a Smith during the training process that we had back in May. So I looked up the one Smith I have. I'm sure a few of you may have more than one. But in this basic information area here, you will see it comes up on the summary tab. And look at all this, roll this beautiful beam footage here of all of these different areas that you have at your fingertips and your disposal. Again, you can look at their schedule. This is probably one of the best features that PowerSchool did not have. It's very difficult to find out maybe a student you had discipline with, a student you were trying to see if they were in the band or if they were in football. Well, guess what? You have all this information to really get to know the students, to know, because it's all about communication, obviously. Again, you'll see term 1, term 2 of semester 1. This particular student has first block, 10th grade lit and comp. And then, of course, the second semester in January. You'll notice the dates are bogus, by the way, but you'll see the analytical geometry. Okay, so you got that information. Again, you've got transportation. If you have students to say, well, I'm a car rider, not a bus rider, with all the logistical issues we've had the past 2 days, this tab may be important. So just keep that in mind. You got transcript under the great tutelage of Joey Sullivan. He wanted me to make sure and let everybody know that these transcripts, when you choose transcript, some of the information on here, may not be accurate, specifically accurate to the student. Number one, if there's any students that have transferred from another county, another state or whatever, their information may not be synced just yet. Okay, so again, with that in mind, just understand that as time moves forward, the data in Infinite Campus for us will become much more complete. So I did make a screenshot, though, of the additional buttons that we have under our particular Infinite Campus options. I'm sure these can disappear at any time. Because if I look at my Infinite Campus right now, this morning when I clicked on instruction, I had like 5 to 7 other options. One being gradebook, the other one being assignments, etc. Those all have been removed over the course of just today. So keep that in mind. I know they're trying to transition everything over to campus instruction beta, so just, got to be patient, okay? But with that in mind, this is the one way you can do it. The other way, and again, I hope they keep this instruction roster button available right here, because That is the second easiest way. I'll show you from here. You actually click on instruction. Of course, in the playground, you have all these additional options that, again, we had this morning, but we don't have now. So you would click on roster, and it actually brings up the roster for 10th grade lit and comp honors, the first block there. So, and you can see all your students, that one being Smith. Okay, and literally from here you could just click on whatever student name you want to look up, and bam, there's the information. Okay, another case in point here, when you're looking at roster, if it's another class, just do the drop down. If it's your advisement, click advisement, and then of course if it's one of your other 3 classes or 4 that you're teaching, as long as you know the student, what class they're in, then you can look them up that way. Okay, and again, once you click on this, it gives you a plethora of information at your disposal. Other than that, that's it in a nutshell. Okay, I'm going to leave this up for just a few seconds and go and close out. But you can see we definitely have an area on ours. We have RTI, that's different. The athletics, is that on there? Yes, athletics is on there. This is all very good, pertinent information that we can use to just help our students be a little more successful. So hopefully this video was educational to you, and I'll do another video here momentarily on how to create an assignment in Gradebook. Thank you.